was talking to somebody yesterday, how can we support law enforcement? I said, well, they were just recently rallying around burning down police departments and spraying graffiti on them. Why couldn't we contact the administration and have a small group gather around the flagpole of the police department, or gather at the church, or gather somewhere else and have a group pray for law enforcement and intercede on their behalf? So it's because, we've got to the point to where we neglect the power of prayer. We don't take into account the power of prayer. And there's tremendous power in prayer when it's done the right way. Jesus taught us how to do it in book Matthew. The Lord's Prayer is not something that we should necessarily recite word for word, but he showed us a pattern of how to pray.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. It's extremely effective, and it will change the way you do things in life. And so we've just got to get back to the point where, get back to the basics, the fundamentals of being followers of Christ, so that we can be more effective as service for him in this world. So, yep, it's a beautiful thing, and unity is a beautiful thing, and it's time for the body of Christ to unite here in the United States more than ever before.
I would feel that I was neglecting my side of the interview here if I didn't ask you about the political realm of the defund the police departments that is going on right now. You mentioned one of the things we can do is pray. How else can we deal with the political aspect of defunding the police departments?
Yeah, well, in a study, I believe it was 2018, 2019, Pew Research Center said 70.6% of Americans stated that they were of the Christian faith. That's over 200 million. I'm not great at math, but that's over 200 million Americans. If we took half of those and said 100 million Americans, that's 33% of our entire society here in the United States for citizenship. 100 million people can make a loud noise. We need the church's voice to be heard. You need to call your local leadership. I'm talking everybody from mayor, council, whatever it's called, all the way up to state governors and senators and representatives. You need to be calling them. Take a few minutes every day, call them, send them letters, send them emails, let them know don't touch our police departments. If you do anything, you make sure they get more money.
That's right.
Because there is a mighty, 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 mighty force of evil on the other side of that. And I'm going to tell you something. It may feel good and it may sound cool to say things like defund the police and disband the police and kill cops and all this other stuff. But let me tell you something. That's a fad. That is a movement of pure evil and hatred. Mm-hmm. And on the other side of that force of evil is not going to stop with removing law enforcement. They're coming for you and your family. And if you sit by quietly and silently and you allow it to happen, because it's ultimately on the American citizen to allow it to happen.
Yep.
The one who has the authority to speak up and let their voices be heard. If they let it happen, it's on their watch, and it's on our watches, this generation, to let this country go down in flames because we were not willing to stand up and let our voices be heard and hold those who are elected to public office as public servants, hold them accountable for their actions. The voice of a few who are evil, who have a very strong force right now, they do not represent America. They do not represent me. They do not represent the majority. And it's time that the majority quit being silent and wake up and let those who are elected leaders, let them know. Do not bow to the pressure of the left. Hold your position, and you hold true to what you're obligated to do. And that's protect the Constitution, protect the rights of our citizens. The rights of hateful, evil people are not equal. The rights of hateful people who want to destroy our way of life and the way of our nation, they are not equal. All men are created equal, but their motives are not. And we are required to stand up. And it takes more than a like and a share and a comment on Facebook. You need to write letters, emails, make phone calls to your local leaders. You can find it. Just Google their names, Google their emails, Google their phone numbers. You let them know, do not defund our police department. You put enough pressure on them, they'll reconsider.
Well, it obviously hit a nerve there which I fully expected. Um, I didn't figure you would be passive on that topic.